What's going on, good people? How's everybody doing? I apologize. I know I'm interrupting some playoff football. We'll get back to watching as soon as we can. Just gonna hop in real quick here. Hang on a second. Something is off. Should have done this first. I know it looks freaky out there, but I promise it's normal. Alright, here we go. Just gotta resize the screen so everybody can see what's going on. Alright, why don't we go ahead and get started here. So this is the first stream back since, the holidays. Hope everybody had a wonderful break. I myself am still technically on break. Semester starts next week, so hopefully I can keep everything going with the schedule. The loot that we got this week is something really cool. Kind of sounds a little bit something like you would hear Travis Scott to. So keeping that in mind, we're going to go and create some real quick drums to this and try to make something that you would hear Travis Scott on. So this is what the loop sounds like. This is really cool reverse wacky stuff. Yeah. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and start with the clap or the snare, I guess is what some people know it as. In hip hop music, what we tend to do is layering a lot of stuff together. So we'll layer a snare together and we'll layer a clap like on top of it, and that kind of gives it the signature sound that we're looking for. So we'll look for the snare first. I mean, it's either going to be that one or this one. It's probably going to be the first one, just because I've used this kit long enough to know kind of what it sounds like in context. So we'll leave some space there for an intro, and yeah, well, that's about it's about 130 BPM, so we'll keep things spaced apart. Loop this real quick just so you can kind of see. And then we'll go ahead and find the clap. Is everybody enjoying the playoffs so far? I'm actually a Ravens fan, so as soon as this game is, or excuse me, as soon as this stream is over, I'm gonna go ahead and tune into that game tonight. Wish us luck. Bills are a really great team, so we're gonna need all the luck that we can get. But the playoffs have so far been exciting. It's still kind of weird to watch live sports and not have fans and all that going on, but you know, I'm hoping at least we'll be back to normal sooner rather than later. One of the things that Travis Scott likes to work with, he likes to work with, for some reason, this like metallic stuff on his. I'm not really sure why, but his sound more like metal than, come on, than they do like, you know, your typical trap stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can find a percussion sound. Nope. I'm sure I got one. If I don't have one, I'll just add it later when I go ahead and end the stream. Nope, that's not it. I don't even know what some of these things are. They just got numbers for me. I'm not even entirely sure what that was. Kind of sounded cool though. Nope, not finding anything to be like. That's okay. Actually, I do like that tom. I gotta remember that that's there and use it. I mean, that's kind of metallic, but that's just like a spoon in a bowl. Alright, so we didn't find anything. That's fine. We'll just move right on to kick. I already have some 808s like pre-picked out that I will go ahead and work with. But I like to do all the sampling for those in my my other computer because that has the new Logic sampler on it. So we will. Come on, I got something better than that. Okay, maybe it's that one. Maybe that's. Yep, maybe that's it. I'm not sure why this is the case, but we're gonna do something kind of complex, I guess. I think that's what this calls for. Nope, that's not quick enough. Gotta get these subdivisions right. I need eighth notes, so that's, for some reason this sounds weird, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know why I think it's still off. Yeah, it is a little off. If I didn't have the experience I had as a drummer, I would not know how to listen to that kind of stuff, you know? I think it's just gonna kind of gradually progress into something more complex. Gonna switch it up a little bit. And then we'll keep it the same the second time around, but here's where we'll make it more complex, I guess. So that's weird. I think maybe it's, yeah, I think that's where it is. Alright, now I gotta do the difficult thing and narrow this, make sure this is, yeah, there it is. Alright. See, with something like kick, especially at that low frequency, if it ends when the waveform is not back at 0, it clips. Which is super weird, but that's audio for you. Oops. I'm like thinking this up as I go, so it's kind of weird, but Yeah, that works, I guess. We'll keep that as a loop for now. I think I like those hats best. Problem that I've discovered with software instruments versus audio is a lot louder. So you gotta compensate. We'll see what we come up with here. No, it's not gonna be that basic. I just gotta go in and do some work on it now for like those cool little rolls and stuff. So we'll see. Hang on. This is just semantic stuff, you know, the stuff that artists like to hear when they're you know, listening to a new beat is this cool little is the cool stuff. So actually, I think we'll go ahead and make it here, and then this will what this basically does is kind of creates a roll. So you hear, see that? Yeah, it's just something really cool to have in the beginning there. I think we're gonna do this right here. Do another roll, maybe a longer one though. Add some variation into it, so we'll just take that and copy it over. Actually, something coming out of the roll. Something like this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh, you know what? I think I know what I wanted then. We wanted something like... Yeah, it kind of sounds cool. Just come up with something not too complex though, so it distracts away from it. You know, maybe another roll here, this kind of stuff. And of course, like we always do with hats, why is this not cooperating right now? What we always do with hats is we randomize the velocity of them so that it sounds like... So it actually sounds like, you know, somebody's actually playing the hats. So there's this little thing, you probably won't be able to see it. But we select them all, we go into functions, MIDI transform, and then random velocity. And then we can, you know, essentially make it sound like, you know, there's a real... person playing it. Put a plugin on it called Wider. Spaces stuff out. So if you're listening in headphones, you'll really notice a difference to where it's super wide now and it's kind of saturates it a bit. I think we're gonna add a synth bass next, and one of the other fun things to kind of play around with is this is an E minor, I think. Yeah, it's an E minor. So we'll just do kind of one thing. But one of the other cool things to kind of just think about is like all of the little ear candy stuff that gets put in. A lot of that doesn't get put in until towards the end of the process. And that's mainly because no, we're not doing mainly because it's like such detailed stuff that you find these little gaps in the rest of the beat, and then you just figure out where to put it. I think I want something with not as much texture as that, but kind of like that, so yeah, it's a little weird. Probably just end up doing. Oh, you know what happened? What always happens? Hang on a sec. Come on, stop playing with me. Alright, there we go. So we'll end up starting this a little bit here, so. Doesn't need to be that strong though, Jesus. Because what ends up happening is, instead of an 808, this has some sustain to it, so it kind of adds a new dimension, and then maybe we'll go into, like, I think synth plucks will work here. We'll see what we got, and then we'll just add a crap ton of reverb. Too much. And I think what I might end up doing too is taking that sub bass and going up an octave, so it's not as subby, it gets out of the way of the 808s, but it's still some bass presence. I can do that, or I can just pick a completely random other synth bass. Yes, I need like a real good 808, or like either a real good 808 or just another kind of synth bass to. And I did have one of those, so it might just end up being, what is it? It's called Synthebase. So we'll just copy this down. Actually, we'll just throw this right here. I think that's gonna be too high though. I'll have to adjust the octave on it. Yeah, way too high. That's a bass instrument. Nope, not enough. Not low enough. Let's go ahead and add these 808s in. First things first, we probably want to pick out an 808, so let's pick out an 808. The few that I had selected are this one, it's those ones. I think I like this one, or I like that one probably the best. That one's gonna be a good one to use. So we'll just throw that over to this computer, if it ever processes that I'm looking for it, and there it goes. We'll bring this back up so you guys can hear it, and oops, I don't want to connect to the server. No, I want to do let's re-import that real quick because I don't think it's optimized. Yeah, there he goes. So what happens is when I put it at optimization, the way it samples, it uses the original note that the sample was, which is a G in this case, which means every note that I hit is now supposed to be accurate. And since I'm in E minor, I really want this. So we still want to match the kick pattern here. This is the kick pattern we have. Kind of want to match it best we can. It's a little low, maybe. All right, there's a. Oh shoot. We also have to put this the new project in the actual tempo that it's supposed to be at, which in this case is 130. Yay! Okay. There it goes. So we're gonna try this real quick. And I think that's, we're gonna double check the work here. Yeah, so I believe we did it correctly then. In here. Yeah, and what we like to do, since this is just a sample, car or something going by super loud, is just increase notes. I'm also, by the way, gonna look at doing like a deconstructed series. Right now I have a lot of works with other artists and none of the artists have released them, so I can't quite do it yet until they release them. But when they do, I'll look at doing kind of like a deconstructed series showing how I made it or how I mixed it or whatever. And you can check out the rest of the channel for some more content. Alright, so we're just gonna I think it's no, it's not. Get out of here. Yeah, right there. I knew it. If I'm doing the melody right too, it's that's supposed to be 5, so so much work, painstakingly a lot. This is gonna sound kind of cool. It's gonna sound like. Just gotta maximize this up. Whoopee! Come on. 4. Do this down right there. Yeah, okay. It goes up to 5. That was trash. The length of the notes are nowhere near accurate on that. There it is. So when we have the complete 808 loop done, it sounds like this. One thing I noticed is we have to fix these audio samples because you can hear a lot of clipping. You can hear the clipping, or at least, let's make sure. Yeah, there it is. Yeesh. Manipulating audio is not by any means easy. I prefer to usually do a lot of this stuff in Pro Tools because Pro Tools does a lot better job at manipulating audio. But it would take a lot to start up Pro Tools, and then I don't think my computer can live stream and run Pro Tools at the same time. That is a lot of CPU processing right there. Pro Tools is just this massive plugin that, not even plugin, excuse me, it's this massive DAW. It uses plugins, and it's pretty much industry standard. If you don't know Pro Tools, and you're trying to go into the audio industry, you need to learn Pro Tools. You can, as a producer, you can get away with Logic and Ableton and FL Studio, but as like an audio engineer, you need to do Pro Tools. No clicks. I love it. Let's make sure the rest of them like that. Actually, it should be like that. Yeah, they are. They should be, because it's just how long the waveform lasts, and since it doesn't completely sustain and all that, it's a long-winded thing that I'd have to go into. Bounce this out real quick. We're gonna send it to the other computer, and then we should have 808s, and then that should be it for the stream real fast. Like I said, it was gonna be a quick stream. I don't want to keep anybody too long. I know not everybody is interested in this stuff, but for those of you that are, here's kind of how we make beats. And I'm only showing you the loop because after that, once you get the core kind of loop basics down, then you can pretty much go anywhere with it, and that's up to you as a producer or an artist or whoever you are to figure out what you want to do. So we have our 808 down here imported in. Let's do some reorganizing. So with the kick, it sounds like this. Pretty cool. So all together, that's kind of what it's gonna sound like. Now the loop is supposed to be the main core of it, and I even have the stems in here if I wanted to adjust the volume or anything of it. This is the melody right here. Oops, that's the bass. This is not even the melody. And sometimes what I may even do is I may even duplicate the hat. If I want it to sound, a bit stronger, a bit more present, I'll duplicate the hat, and then I'll take everything and I'll move it to a different hat, or I'll adjust like the panning and stuff, and then in this case I'll do this. So see, now it just sounds a little bit more stronger of a loop, and then we have kick, 808. You've got a pretty cool kind of loop there, and then you can pretty much do anything there. I think I'm kind of debating because it still needs something more to it. I think it's just kind of missing like something really cool and like a spacey pad, but I don't always have those instruments. Actually, this one's where was it? This one right here. I've got a lot of pads. Not quite. This is pretty good. We'll play with this one. Got some really cool texture to it, and I'm sure there's a lot of different stuff. I didn't mean to hold this one that long. A lot of different stuff I could add later on, just for texture's sake and all that. But at least for this particular loop, or for this particular stream, excuse me, we're just gonna keep it simple. And then you guys can follow me on SoundCloud. It's the same username as all the social media. If you guys want to kind of see what it turns into, I'll end up posting it there on SoundCloud. This one's called Real Life, so you'll be able to find it. This is just kind of the basic loop. This is what we do. Doing some mixing real quick, some balancing. One more thing I'm gonna add. This little hi-hat right here is literally just going to be for the purpose of keeping some sort of pulse. And it's going to be really spacey and really quiet in the mix. So you really shouldn't notice it until there's like gaps. But it's one of those things that will fill the gap, and that'll kind of help it. Hang on. That's not enough, that's why. I do way too much copying and pasting, but essentially that's what it is, you know? You're building loops. Feels like cheating, but it's not, I promise. Songs need structure. If they don't have structure, it becomes more of a soundscape than a song. And a soundscape, while cool, doesn't serve the same purpose of a song. So, let's drop it way low. Hear how it sounds. So here's the loop we're kind of working with, and you can build a verse, a chorus, a bridge, you can build whatever with just these core principles. And that's kind of how you start a project. I'll let this play a few times and then we'll call it a night. I'll play this one more time for you guys, but real quick, go ahead and follow me on social media. Twitter and Instagram, the handle's the same. It's just DRICHT, the number 3R. Check out some of the other content I got going, and tune in every week for a stream. I'm gonna try and keep them short, and then I'm trying keep making more content for you guys and varying it up. But would love to hear from you. Hit me up on the socials or leave a comment on any one of the videos and let me know what you want to see. And I'll hopefully see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.